Oh, sorry. I was just looking at myself on the view screen. I'm going to do Question Tuesdays a little bit differently today. On the Today Show this morning, they had an interview with a lady who's written a book that I believe is called The Narcissism Epidemic. And basically what she says in the book and in the interview is that sites like Twitter and Facebook and sites where you update your status are encouraging us to put more focus on ourselves and what we're doing. And so, perhaps to stem my own narcissism, I am doing a reverse Question Tuesday. Rather than having you ask me questions so that I can answer them and talk about myself for 4 minutes, I'm going to be posing a question to you today, which I will answer, but which I also expect for you to answer in the comments or, if you wish, in a video response. And that question is, do you agree with this woman? Do you think that sites like Twitter and Facebook and Daily Booth and YouTube encourage people to focus on themselves, encourage this epidemic of narcissism? And do you think that that's a problem? I have to say, first of all, that I take issue with a couple of things that this woman said. First of all, she compared narcissism to obesity, saying that the narcissism epidemic was spreading just like the obesity epidemic, which is a fallacy, first of all, because obesity is something that you can measure. Narcissism is not. She also seemed to be comparing these Twitter users who update their status all the time to celebrities who put themselves out there all the time. But here's the thing, her definition of narcissism based on those celebrities is focus on yourself to the exclusion of everyone else. In other words, you're so focused on yourself and what you're doing that you don't care about anybody else. Now, I think that this has always been an issue with celebrities. I don't think that's anything new. But I really don't think that it's fair to call users of Twitter narcissistic if we're going to be using that definition. Because Twitter goes both ways. You update your status and you tell people what you're doing, but you also follow people and you find out what they're doing. And so you do care about other people. Maybe more than you should, but you do. You don't care about yourself to the exclusion of all others. You're looking at others too. Sites like that could not exist if people didn't care what other people were doing. So there has to be a focus outside of yourself in order for sites like these to even exist. And so I don't really see it as narcissistic. You're sharing information, opinions, things going on in your life. You're sharing those things with other people who want to know. I do think that this lady is being a little bit unfair to people that use Twitter, maybe just to keep up with their friends. And I'm admittedly kind of curious. She didn't mention YouTube in the interview, but I am admittedly kind of curious what she thinks about YouTube, the YouTube community, and if that encourages narcissism. Essentially, what do we do in our vlogs? We sit down and we talk about ourselves. You can respond to me after I'm done, but while I'm doing the talking here, then I'm just pretty much focused on my opinions, what I think, that sort of thing. So now I want to know what you guys think. Leave answers in the comments, leave video responses. Tell me what you think about the narcissism epidemic. Do you think it exists? Do you think it's a problem? Do you think that sites like Facebook and Twitter and Daily Booth and YouTube encourage it? That is my question to you, and I look forward to your answers. By the way, for those of you who have asked me questions that I haven't answered yet, I'm not ignoring you. I swear, I just haven't gotten to them yet. I will get to other questions eventually, unless you ask me giraffe true or false. Love you, Cass. And until next time, enjoy yourselves. Bye.